once again, fellow YouTubers. It's Warren on this rainy and stormy day, which is Tuesday. Happy whatever day it is that you get to watch this video. And like I said, it's currently storming and my internet is out. It was out again. It was out yesterday, so it's out again today. And I'll just do without it. You know, I'm already talking about going without and downsizing and doing all these other things. Writing down some things today during my break on the things I'm absolutely going to part with. If and when I move out of the country, I'm going to part with everything. Nothing's going in storage, because the way I see it, for me to leave the country, and first of all, once I get to the point to where this whole insurance situation, retiring at 62 and not being eligible for your insurance until you're 65, and I don't know why that's a loophole right there. I don't know. But being able to afford that insurance for those additional years, or stay where I am and continue to work until I'm 65. Now, if this YouTube thing takes off and I do become monetized and I see where it's enough to pay for that insurance until my Medicaid kicks in, and also beyond, I will be gone a lot sooner. And let's assume that whole thing's fall into play, okay? Everything lines up the way I want it to. So when I leave here, and by me saying I'm gonna just part with everything, once I move out of the country, and this is subject to change because I don't have an itinerary. I'm not gonna just say I'm gonna stick to this and it's nothing else. But for me to spend 2 years in Thailand, you know, partly in Hua Hin, partly in Pattaya, and hang out every now and again in Bangkok. I don't want to live in Bangkok. It's a busy area. From what I've seen, I can't give you my honest opinion because I'm not there yet. But from what I'm seeing, it's a busy area. And so, and while I'm there with the money I'll be saving, it'll afford me the opportunities to visit the Philippines and visit some of the mountainside and visit some of these smaller communities and just, you know, to retire and to be able to visit other countries, because depending on the visa, and you guys have to do the research of on your own, but some visas you're gonna have to leave the country every 90 days, sometimes 60. Y'all just do your research on that, okay? Because nothing I'm saying is in stone. This is based on some of the information that I've been obtaining. And I haven't decided on which visa I'm going to have yet, basically because I got to work out this health insurance situation. And then I can start moving forward and thinking about which visa and all these other things that's going to fall into play. And for a moment, you know, I'm kind of on the fence right now. Do I want to go to Thailand? Do I want to go to the Philippines? I mean, parts of the Philippines starting to look very, very attractive to me. I watched this couple, you know, like I said in my other video, I watched this couple going through Tabogon, Tabogon, Cebu, Cebu in the Philippines. That's an amazing area, and I like that area. That would definitely be somewhere I would probably spend the rest of my life. But if that's not the case, even when I get to the point to where I may end up moving back to the United States, I've said this jokingly, but jokingly serious. When I get off the plane, my Uber driver is going to take me right to my retirement community, whichever one I choose. I have no intent on coming back and trying to set up shop in an apartment or get a house or rent this and pay all that money. But here's the thing, for the cost of that retirement community, why not just continue to stay and bounce around between the Philippines and Thailand for as cheap as it is? I'm seeing, you know, I know it's gonna take a lot of work to get to the point to where I've seen some of these guys that are renting these villas and having these houses built. And one guy did a cost breakdown. He included everything. He included the cost to run that house that they built, and the utilities, his internet, his monthly food costs. He included everything. And it added up to at or just a little bit over $600 a month. And this was a brand new house. And of course, him and his wife, his current wife now, or his new wife, she, they have to get the property. We can't buy the property. But looking at that house and the way it was set up was really nice. I was pleasantly surprised. The one thing, and he made it clear. He said, Filipinos pride themselves on family. So he had her parents' house built right next to theirs. And all this is included. And I'm saying to myself, why are we so consumed here in the United States with everything? And I'm guilty of it too. I have to have this. I have to have that. I have to have a vehicle for this day and a vehicle for that weekend. I have to have, it's not. I don't do the latest and greatest, so I'm not up on fashion. I got a closet full of clothes, but I don't even wear them. So when I leave here and I leave for the duration and go to Thailand or Philippines now, I will probably have one large suitcase because I don't see where I will need to have things shipped over there that I'm going to need. I can't see shipping cookware and all those things over there because even to rent a villa in the Philippines or to rent a villa in Hua Hin especially, and most of the places, even the condos, they come fully furnished. Now you could supply your own whatever. And with this particular guy, when he had his house built, he went on and made provisions to have, because a lot of them have outdoor kitchens as well. So he did a full gas stove on the outside. He did one also on the inside, because a lot of times they just have a cooktop. And he said they planned on having a lot of family gatherings, so it made sense to do that. And to look at that house was amazing to what he pulled off for the amount of money he went all in at about $67,000 for this nice house. Now, he could be making this up, but I don't see where this guy, he don't strike me as one of those people that are on there just saying this stuff just to be saying it too. He just don't strike me as that. Now, I have come across some that are like that. But I don't focus so much on what they're saying and what they're, I don't focus on that. But the main priority, like I said, is to figure out this medical insurance, which will include the dental and the vision. So get to where that's affordable, because I tell you, had I been using my right brain instead of my left brain, I would have actively video any and everything in the past 6 or 7 months while I've been outside to post on YouTube to get to that point to where I can become monetized. And if this should take off and if it should happen, and I do plan on doing some videos while I'm out and about in the city, but this is basically is Atlanta. What you gonna video? You can find stuff, of course, but if I get to that point, then I can start looking at using that money that I'm making to help supplement my income, which would be primarily medical insurance and money put away for a rainy day. That's it. I could do it if I wait 3 years. I could definitely do it when I get my Medicaid. Y'all, to be honest, I don't want to have to wait 3 years. And that's why I say when I become monetized, then I can use that money as far as my insurance and travel back and forth. If I want to fly somebody out to visit, for a week or so, I'll be able to do that. And so I'm starting to think more rationally about how I could actually make this thing work for me. Do I have any intentions on going over there and finding a new wife? No, but whatever happens. My focus right now is retirement, and it's been on my mind so much lately to where every moment I'm researching something. But that's a good thing because it got me away from watching all these movies on television every afternoon. And outside of my occasional walk at the park, and I need to start documenting that too. And I figured, well, if I start documenting my walks, I can also track my progress. But I need to start doing that. I started last year doing that, but I had video. But in fact, I may go back and use some of those videos to post because I wasn't even doing YouTube at the time. I really started this. I'm gonna say late December is when I really started doing YouTube, and this is the only media platform that I'm using that I want to become monetized. Like I said, I do intend on possibly using TikTok, but that's once I go on my trip. I'll probably post on both of them, but I haven't posted anything on TikTok. But anyway, everybody, once again, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, and if you really understand where I'm going with this thing, and and by me asking for your support, I'm not asking you to donate any money. All I'm asking you to do is watch my videos and subscribe to my channel, and let me earn it that way. I'm not seeking to. Matter of fact, I'm not even set up to receive donations or anything like that. So I want to become monetized, and if I got to reach out to some of the people I've also subscribed to and ask them to drop a link on their channel, whatever I got to do, I'm going to do it. I don't want to sit here and do comedy and do skits and do all these other things and clown myself out. Nothing's wrong with that. I enjoy it. I enjoy all that stuff, but I don't want to do that. So, and I have in mind some of the things I do want to talk about. And I gotta really sit down and think about how I want to produce my own content. So talking about some personal things without dragging somebody under the bus. But some of y'all do need to be dragged under the bus. We all got those kind, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna guilt shame nobody to do all these kind of crazy things. But my truth is gonna be my truth. So you guys will have to stand by and just wait for that to start airing. And I feel like it's going to be one of these late night videos when I fall asleep at 5 o'clock in the evening and I wake up at midnight and can't go back to sleep. It's going to be 1 a.m. I'm going to be on here spilling my guts on whatever. So that's going to come up. But right now, my content I'm trying to maintain good, clean content and to the best of my ability. I know for a fact I do better when I'm talking live than recording this stuff. And see, this is what I need to work on. I need to work on recorded content. I need to work on that. I need to work on my camera angles. I need to work on staring into the camera more often. I came up with some weird ideas, put something directly over behind it and just look at it and focus on it. I may mess around and hypnotize myself, y'all. I'd be him barking like a dog. Now that would be funny. But anyway, everybody, once again, happy whatever day it is that you happen to see this video. And once again, it's Warren. And if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And for those of you that have been long-time subscribers, I do appreciate each and every one of you. And for the few that has recently subscribed, I want to say thank you. A personal thank you to each one of you. So that's just about going to do it for this afternoon. I'm sure it'll be Wednesday when you see this video. But in the meantime, everyone take care. Thank you.